Jara's got their hands on acid. They're using it as a weapon.
Who leaves acid lying around?
It's more likely a what rather than a who. Acid's organic. I've traced it to this location.
Cut off the source, freelancer, before more people get
Who leaves
hurt.
acid lying around?
It's more likely a what rather than a who. Acid's organic. I've traced it to this location.
Cut off the source, freelancer, before more people get hurt.
Welcome back to the Lion's Legion, Lancers. Hopefully, the Tyrant Mine will finally be added to the seasonal Stronghold events next week, as it's about time to get a little toxic. I've been reserving this build to release with the Tyrant Mine to prove to that Swarm Tyrant that our acid is stronger. As we heard in the opening clip, acid is organic. The Storm Javelin seal technology was designed to channel the powerful natural forces of nature. With this Anthem Storm build, we add the lethal, destructive, deteriorating power of acid to our arsenal and become unnatural. If you are new here, then welcome. This channel is your source for Anthem Grandmaster 3 tier builds and loadouts for the Colossus, Interceptor Ranger, and Storm Javelins, as well as tips and tutorial videos on how to maximize your Javelin's damage and survivability potential for Grandmaster 3. If you enjoyed the content here at the Lion's Legion, like and subscribe to join up with the rest of the Lions and Lionesses. Also click the bell so that you'll be notified of every video upload. Now this is a Storm Brawler loadout. This loadout is all about getting up close and personal and getting our armor a little dirty. Therefore, we focus on maximizing our damage and survivability, as the Storm Javelin naturally prefers to hover above the battlefield. Thus, the strategy that we will employ is to apply the acid status effect to our enemies, then eliminate them primarily through combo detonations and secondarily with our gear and weapons. For our primary weapon, we will equip the shotgun, Radiant Fortress, and for our secondary weapon, Jara's Wrath, for close-ranged electrical devastation. The key to this loadout is the component Acid Slugs. Acid Slugs enables our shotgun, the Radiant Fortress, to serve as our primary primer by applying acid to our enemies when successfully hitting 7 shots on our target. We also have the Venomous Blaze equipped for our Blast Seal as our secondary primer. This provides us with an additional means of applying our devastating, deteriorating, acidic effect. This gear also deals both acid and fire damage, which both deal bonus damage to armored yellow bar enemies. So even the strongest of enemies will melt under the deteriorating effects of our acid. Now, we not only master the natural elements of fire, ice, and lightning, but the organic substance of acid as well. Our tactical play will be to apply the acid status effect to our targets with either our shotgun, Radiant Fortress, or our Blast Seal, Venomous Blaze. Then detonate combos with our Focus Seal, Black Ice, or our melee weapon, Searing Blast. The Radiant Fortress allows for precise shots by holding down the trigger. This allows us to apply our acid on targets successfully even at medium range. Now, for our support gear, we have the upgraded version of Quickening Field equipped, which is Anthem's Grace. This gear increases our gear damage by 20% on use. The 3 stylistic damage components for this loadout are Emergency Power, which increases our ultimate damage by 30% and fully recharges our ultimate when our armor is critically damaged. Next, Acid Slugs, as previously mentioned. And Mark of Wrath, which increases our gear damage by 50% and causes large electrical explosions when detonating a combo. The 3 survivability components for this loadout are Symbiotic Surge, which greatly increases our armor and provides us with a 50% damage boost when picking up a repair pack. And lastly, the Vanguard's Token and Soften Blows Duo, which greatly increases our armor and shields and provides us with high damage resistance on a shield break. With the high survivability provided by these components, we don't fear brawling with the best of them. Regarding Sigil Consumables, I suggest 1. Epic Gear for our Black Ice Focus Seal, 2. Epic Combo to maximize our combo damage potential, and 3. Epic Acid. If survivability is an issue, I suggest 1. Epic Armor, 2. Epic Shield, and 3. Epic Combo to maximize our combo damage potential. With this loadout, we bring Acid to the fight and use its devastating, deteriorating effects to dismantle and dominate any opposition. Click that like button for the video and the subscribe button to join the Lion's Legion. Now join me in the Lion's Den so that we can review the customized inscriptions that I have prioritized for my build and loadout. If you like the prioritization, then try it on your own. Now we rely heavily on our shotgun with this loadout, as it is our primary primer and utilized as a means of sustain. Therefore, let's begin with our shotgun, the Radiant Fortress. The Radiant Fortress is the upgraded Constrictor. Holding the trigger focuses the sight. Hitting 8 shots in a single burst recharges shields by 35% as its inherent effect. Key inscriptions, plus 225% physical damage which applies only to this weapon, plus 20% weapon aim which applies only to this weapon, and plus 21% global damage increase which applies to the javelin overall. And for our secondary weapon, Jara's Wrath. Jara's Wrath is a Voltcaster. Voltcasters use seal technology to focus ambient electricity. The inherent effect is that it blasts a short-range lightning arc. Key inscriptions, plus 100% armor max, plus 13% global elemental damage increase, plus 150% weapon damage which applies only to this weapon. And next, our melee weapon Searing Blast, which is the upgraded explosive strike. Hits enemies with an explosive strike, dealing high damage. Inherent effect, sends out a fireball that seeks enemies. Key inscriptions, plus 100% shield max, plus 28% global gear recharge, plus 75% armor max. And now for our primary primer, our focus seal, Black Ice, which is the upgraded glacial spear. Combo effect, chain. Inherent effect, hitting an enemy freezes others nearby. Key inscriptions, plus 27% global damage increase, plus 100% gear charges which applies only to this gear. Moving on to our blast seal, Venomous Blaze, which is the upgraded flame burst. Fiery explosions hit target locations. Inherent effect, acid damage is applied to enemies after 3 consecutive hits. Key inscriptions, plus 225% gear damage which applies only to this gear, plus 13% global elemental damage increase. And now for our components, and the first of which is Emergency Power, an inscribed component that augments Javelin ultimate gear and increases damage by 30% of base damage. Inherent effect, ultimate meter refills instantly when armor is critically damaged, can occur once every 120 seconds. Key inscriptions, plus 20% combo chains, plus 25% left button damage. And now for our second component, Acid Slugs. Adds specialized storage for enhanced shotgun ammunition, increases damage by 30% of base damage. Inherent effect, hitting 7 shotgun shots in a single burst applies acid on the target. Key inscriptions, plus 90% armor max, plus 10% combo chains. And our third component, Mark of Wrath, increases gear damage by 50% and lowers gear recharge rate by 20%. Inherent effect, detonating a combo causes large electrical explosions. And our fourth component, Symbiotic Surge, increases javelin armor by a large amount. Inherent effect, increases all damage by 50% for 10 seconds when picking up a repair pack. Key inscriptions, plus 30% weapon damage which applies to all weapons, and plus 35% ultimate damage. Vanguard's Token is our fifth component. It increases our armor by 25%. The inherent effect, a shield break, increases damage resistance by 40% for 10 seconds. Key inscriptions, plus 30% repair drop rate, which pairs with the Symbiotic Surge, which gives us a damage increase of 50% for 10 seconds when picking up a repair pack. And now we have Soften Blows for our final component. Increases Javelin shields by a large amount. Increases damage resistance by 75% for 5 seconds when shields run out. Key inscriptions, plus 20% combo chains, plus 70% shield max. And now for our support gear, Anthem's Grace, which is the upgraded quickening field, creates a zone that increases gear recharge rate by 20%. The inherent effect is that it additionally increases gear damage by 20%. Key inscriptions, plus 20% combo chains, plus 10% combo chains. Now here is a quick overview of the loadout and build. As you can see, I prioritized global damage increase inscriptions, armor and shield inscriptions, the combo chains inscription for a total of 80% additional combo damage, and the ultimate damage increase inscription. I hope that you enjoyed the gameplay, build, and loadout, and I do apologize for getting a little toxic. I'll leave a link in the description to my video on how to prioritize inscriptions for all the newer Lancers that may not have seen it. Also check the description below for this link to the new Lions lot. Here you can find merch that represents the pride, prowess, and style of those in the Lions Legion. And as always, I appreciate your support as we grow the Legion. Remember to click that like button for the video and the subscribe button to join up with the Lions Legion. To all my lions and lionesses out there in the Legion, remember to always let them hear your roar and stay growling.